All right, today we're going to talk about how to install the 9XX CarPlay and Android Auto board into the PCM 3.0. Tools we're going to need a flat blade here for prying. We're going to need a T8 bit here and Torx T8, and we're going to need a 3/16 nut driver. It looks like this. All right, so to get started, we're going to use this T8 and PCM 3.1, have it top side up. Remove these 4 screws, 2 from the top, 2 from the bottom. You need to keep track of the screws and turn it upside down. All right, then we're going to change tips to the flat blade. Use the flat blade to pry off this one. Okay, just barely pry it off so that it turns to the front. You can use a flat blade here and turn it to help it go out a little bit more. Now, but not too far. Not too far. This is roughly about 3 millimeters wide, and that's it. Okay, the gap here is 3 millimeters wide right here, and the gap here is still like 1 millimeter at the bottom. So don't do it too far because it's very fragile. Now, keeping that gap there, turn it upside down. I mean, the right side up now. This is right side up. And then on this side, there's going to be a gap here. So first, there's going to be a sticker right here. So you just cut off the sticker and put a screwdriver, a flat screwdriver here, and just slowly turn it and make sure it comes up slightly just like that. And help it here. Turn it to the other side. Do the same thing. You know, slowly turn it up and just be very gentle. Take your time to do this. Turn around again and pry it up a little bit. Okay, that is probably enough. And so we put our fingernails down there and pop it up just like that. Okay, now remember I said don't pull it too much. This is why. Right here, you see that slot there? This is a SIM card slot, and the SIM card slot, the back side of it has this little thing on the back side of it, and this is very fragile. You don't want to break this. All right, so now it's apart. Now that it's apart, what you can do is there are some ribbon cables here. So if you look closer, this is the kind of ribbon cable we have. Pull it open like this and then disconnect the ribbon cable. All right, once it's disconnected, this is the CD or DVD driver side, and you can remove it, put it to the side. All right, next thing we do is to disconnect these 2 cables here. So these 2 cables, you can disconnect it. Okay, I'm going to remove the cable from the computer. You don't have to do this, but I'm just doing this just to show you what needs to be done. So there are 2 ends. Original end looks like this, look like a hammerhead shark. The other end that goes to the board, you basically cut off those 2 little notches to make it look flush like this. Now the next thing, use the change the bit. T8 again. All right. The kit comes with 2 of these standoffs. And this is when we're going to use the nut driver, like this. Now this is made of aluminum, so the magnet is not going to catch it. So you have to do it slowly like this. Just go easy on it because this is aluminum. Very easy. Don't force it because it will strip very easily. And there's a reason why I use aluminum, because the whole thing is aluminum, everything is aluminum, and we want to keep everything aluminum so that it's less likely to have corrosion in there. Not that it's going to happen, but just trying to minimize the chance. All right. And this one's the cable from the DVD. You want to go ahead and plug it in and just lay it on the side. I know it's kind of not having a lot of room, but you just have to be careful in every step. If you don't do this now, it's very likely that there's not enough room for a DVD. Make sure it sits in there perfectly. Push it down to lock it in place. All right, now you can have 4 of these cables now laying around. So let's go ahead and insert the board. And insert the cables onto the board. Okay, that's done. Okay, the screws, let's put them back. All right, that's 90% done. And oh, I forgot one thing I forgot to mention is there is a little tab right here, but I use a pair of pliers and fold it onto the back side of it. If you look carefully, this is just folded back like this. Okay, this is to give room to the cable so that I can plug the cable in and it's got room for the cable in here. All right, so this is where the cable goes in. And I plug it in. Oh, do you have any zip ties? No?
Got a ton in my shop.
Yeah, I forgot to bring it. Okay, I just say it. Now for strain relief, it's a good idea to put a zip tie right here at this point, okay? So that when you reinsert it, there's no way to yank the whole thing off of there. But I don't have one with me right now, but it's a good idea to put a zip tie right here. And then after that, close it back up. Make sure these two hooks go into the front. Like so. The hooks are engaged from the front side, from the top side. So we flip it over. All right. Let me put the screws back on. And don't over tighten these screws because they are aluminum. Well, the screws itself are not aluminum, but the housing, everything is made of aluminum, so it's going to be stripped very easily if you use too much force. And it's done. Double check here. Yep. It's done. You see the gap, just make sure the gaps are not too wide. And the seam here is good. All these are good. And the cable come out from there, from the back side of it. And these two are the connectors. All right, thanks for watching. And this is the completes the installation on the PCM side. And then the next thing is just to find a way to install it and then route this cable to wherever you hide the box. Thank you.